Hello and welcome to the video. My name is AnimeBuuga and today we are going to talk about ReZero Season 2 Episode 9. So in this episode, there's a lot to unpack. Let me be serious with that. Let me be real. There's a lot of things happening in this episode, and I won't talk about all of it, but I'll discuss some important bits of it. First of all, about the probably one of the most important thing that we've been asking actually is that how does the restart point is decided, right? So in this episode, when Echidna and Subaru discussed it, basically Echidna is what Echidna is saying is that basically the main goal of Witch of Envy resetting everything for Subaru is that she wants Subaru to be alive. So if Subaru dies there, he is destined to die there. So the reason she reset is so that Subaru can stay alive and find a destiny where he doesn't die. That's it. And then Subaru, you remember, as you can see in the scene, that Subaru asks, then why did she reset? She saved his reset after where he can't do anything in Ram's case, right? And then Echidna says that the important thing is Subaru's life. The Witch of Envy doesn't care about anything else. So the act of saving everyone else while trying to stay alive is purely Subaru's. How do I say this? It is purely on Subaru, and it's not. It is his responsibility, and it is. How it is done and why it is done is purely on him. So he needs to be careful so that if he survives one destiny, he needs to make sure that there are either no sacrifice or very little sacrifice. Okay, that's one thing. That's make clear. So the reset is gonna be hard to predict, but based on that, so the reset is gonna be at the place where Subaru is safe, basically, or where he changed his fate. That's the first, and then we have a very entertaining yet unique scene where Subaru actually meets with some of the other witches, right? So the reason is that Subaru wants to know more about the rabbit that actually attacked the sanctuary, the great rabbit. So and then Echidna basically tell us that there are three creatures that are created by Daphne, the witch of greed: the white whale, the black serpent, and the great rabbit. So among those three, the great rabbit is probably the hardest to defeat because they can multiply and they can infinitely multiply. So you need to kill every single rabbit at the same time. So Subaru wants to know how to defeat it. Echidna say that one way to know is to ask the creator herself, Daphne, the witch of greed, the witch of gluttony. Sorry. So what basically Echidna for a moment allowed Daphne to take over her place, but before Daphne took over her place, the witch of pride came first. I think that was Typhoon. Her name was Typhoon. She basically tortures Subaru for a bit before she went away. She's kind of she looks like a child. She's small, but she's weirdly scary. I don't know why, but she literally made Subaru suffer in that dream, in that tea party. And then after she went away, the witch of wrath, Minerva, came, and she somehow healed Subaru like a Cinderella, and then went away. And finally, we met Daphne. Daphne is a bit of a weird one. She sleep in a sarcophagus, right? So basically the first thing Subaru asked her was, why did she create such monster that basically ruins the world? Those three monsters. And she basically explains it like this: a big whale like that can feed a lot of people, right? And a rabbit that can multiply infinitely is a great source of food. That's basically it. That's her answer. You need to remember that she is the witch of gluttony, right? It's all about food for her. And Subaru said, then why are you making it so dangerous? So she's basically said that if you are prepared to kill something, you are prepared to kill something or food, then you should be prepared to be killed. Which is kind of true. You have to be agreed. You have to a certain degree, understand that, right? So there's nothing Subaru can say back to that. Even though, so basically, Subaru asked, so how any hint how I would kill the great rabbit? So she basically gives us one hint that the great rabbit seeks out mana. So you need someone to be a lure, someone with high amount of mana energy, and the rabbit will gather there, and you need to destroy all the rabbit at once. And Subaru basically just in front of her, Subaru said that, oh, I'm gonna kill your rabbit just like I kill your whale. Then she just, I think to a certain, she make a very angry but fun face where you can, which basically say that you can try. So that's it. And then Echidna came back, and Subaru can no longer stay in there. Then the most interesting is that when Subaru returned back to the real world, Emilia wasn't there. So, and it was weird because usually Emilia would be there if he returned, right? And when he came out, everything was shadowy and shit. And suddenly, in those shadowy sea of shadows, suddenly came a living being. Something came up, and it looks like that's the Witch of Envy. The Witch of Envy herself came to Subaru. We don't know why this happened yet, but it does happen. And he came to Subaru. That was a very chilling moment. Someone that Subaru never seen face to face come to life, right? He came near Subaru, and then he hugged Subaru, and then Subaru got some sort of flashback. And at first we don't know why this is happening, right? And then Garfield saved Subaru, and then we saw that the Witch of Envy actually went for another direction and not chasing Subaru. And then Subaru realized that the witch is actually trying to go to the mansion, where a lot of people that Subaru loves or care are currently situated there. So I think that scene was really scary, to be honest, because that's the first time we physically see the Witch of Envy in the face, and it was scary. That was honestly scary. One important note is that what's interesting in that scene is that Emilia wasn't there, right? Emilia is in the tomb. She should be safe, but she isn't there. And when she isn't there, and somehow the witch is there. I think there's actually a correlation between Emilia and witch. I think we would get to know in the future episode. On that note, ReZero Season 2 have been a very great anime this season. I think mainly because it expands on what we know from Season 1. It explains a lot of things that's happening in Season 1, which is great because we at least now we know there are some overarching plot happening behind the scene and there are definitely reasons why Subaru is in his current state. Anyway, personally think that this season ReZero is definitely the best anime this season. Period. I think. Yeah. Thank you for watching the video. Please let me know your opinions on this episode on the comments down below. Leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and follow me on my other platforms such as Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. Thank you.